Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online teaching academy, Ekaleva. Cbse Class 12 Economics, Environment and Sustainable Development, Part 3. This part covers the meaning of sustainable development and the strategies for sustainable development. Let us now know the meaning of sustainable development. According to UNCED, sustainable development is the development that meets the need of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. UNCED is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. Now, the definition is very clear that the present generation can enjoy the resources, but we need to preserve it even for the future generation. To meet all our needs, it means all the basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, and then job. So we need to have increased job opportunities, and all this can be enjoyed by the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation. The current generation should preserve the natural assets or the resources for the future generation. This is the only way that we can achieve sustainable development. Let us now know the views of Herman Daly to achieve sustainable development. Herman Daly is an environment economist, and he gives his views in 5 important points. The first one being limiting the human population to a level within the carrying capacity of the environment. It means there should not be population explosion. Population should be limited. It should be controlled. And it should be within the carrying capacity of the environment. The next point is the technological progress should be input efficient and not input consuming. So the input which we use for production should be efficient enough, and this input should bring about maximum output. The next one is renewable resources should be extracted on a sustainable basis. It means the rate of extraction should not exceed the rate of extraction should not exceed the rate of regeneration. In other words, rate of extraction is always more than the rate of regeneration, and so this has to be controlled. For non-renewable resources, rate of depletion should not exceed the rate of creation of renewable substitutes. Now take for example the fossil fuels, petroleum, which is non-renewable. The rate of depletion should not be greater than the rate of creation of other renewable substitutes. And the last point that Herman Daly discusses is that inefficiencies arising from pollution should be corrected. Let it be air pollution or water pollution, it should be corrected. It should be managed well. Thus, the resources should not be aggressively used by the people. If it is used at the optimum level, then we can dream to achieve sustainable development. We have already seen the definition of sustainable development and the views of the economist Herman Daly, a leading environmental economist, on how to achieve sustainable development. Now let us know the strategies for sustainable development. Use of non-conventional source of energy. Solar energy and wind energy are the non-conventional sources of energy. Solar energy can be converted into electricity with the help of photovoltaic cells. You can see here the picture of the solar panel and here the wind energy. Wind power can be used in areas where speed of wind is high. Now, conventional sources of energy like the thermal energy and the hydroelectric energy are not eco-friendly, whereas solar energy is both environment friendly and it is inexhaustible source of energy. India is endowed with abundant sunlight. So solar energy is really useful to produce electricity. Wind energy is also a cleaner and greener source of energy. These huge turbines are used to generate wind power. Use of LPG and gobar gas in rural areas help in sustainable development. LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, reduces household pollution. And there is another advantage, energy wastage is minimized when we use LPG. Gobar gas plant also reduces air pollution. Cattle dung is fed through this inlet into the gobar gas plant and the gas is produced. Waste from the gobar gas plant is a good organic fertilizer and soil conditioner too. The waste from this gobar gas plant is the slurry, and this comes out through the outlet. Use of CNG in urban areas also help in sustainable development. CNG is compressed natural gas. Use of CNG lowers air pollution. Use of petrol or diesel increases air pollution. Use of CNG is environment-friendly source of energy. Setting up of mini hydel plants will also help the country to achieve sustainable development. Mini hydel plants use the energy of the perennial streams to move small turbines. Perennial streams are those streams that always flow. It means it continuously flows. So, mini hydel plants are set up in mountainous regions, and that will help to move small turbines which will in turn generate electricity. Need not set up large scale transmission towers. When these plants are set up, large scale transmission towers are not necessary. This will be helpful to avoid transmission loss. You can see here the picture of mini hydel plant with the transmission lines that carry electricity to homes and businesses. This is particularly used to generate enough power to meet the local demands. The main reason to set up all these mini hydel plants is because they are environment friendly. Traditional knowledge and practices. We all know that India is blessed with 15,000 species of plants which have medicinal properties. Even now, in many homes, they use plants which have medicinal properties to cure a cough or cold or even fever. Nowadays, toothpaste, hair oil, lotion, etc. are herbal in composition. Out of these 15,000 species of plants, around 8,000 species of plants are used in Ayush, A for Ayurveda, Y Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy. You can see here a few medicinal plants. Biocomposting. In order to increase agricultural production, farmers use chemical fertilizers. What is the impact of this? Use of chemical fertilizers lead to contamination of soil and water bodies. The yield increases at the cost of soil fertility. Hence, farmers switch over to organic farming. They use compost made from organic waste. Biopest control. The chemical pesticides sprinkled over the crops have contaminated vegetables, fruits, food grains, etc. Producing pesticides from neem plant is an eco-friendly method of pest control. Instead of using chemical fertilizers, we can use the pesticides which are prepared from neem plant, and spraying of this will be used as a biopest. Apart from that, mixed cropping and growing different crops in consecutive years has also helped farmers. Birds like peacock and also snakes help in controlling pests. Promotion of natural resources, conservation, preserving regenerative capacity of ecological system, and avoiding the imposition of environmental risks on future generations would lead to sustainable development. Hence, let us all join hands to achieve sustainable development.